Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Federation Nation. I am Anthony. This is Collectors Entertainment Network. And this episode, we are going to take a look at Superstars 3 magazine. We've already looked at 1. We've looked at Superstars 2. But this week, we're going to look at Superstars 3. But before we jump into that, guys, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you back. Please comment down below. Let me know if you've had this magazine and your memories of it. Please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And go ahead and give this video a like. That helps a lot. Also, if you can, go on over to Facebook, join the Federation Nation Facebook group, and show off your collections. I want to see your collections too. I don't want to just show you mine. I want to see your WWF vintage collections, because sometimes I might get an idea from you guys, and then that'll send me on down a whole rabbit hole trying to find something else. So let me see your collections. All right, Superstars 3. This is a special one because this was the first Superstars magazine that I bought. We've already looked at 1 and we looked at 2. Superstars 2, I got back in the day, I think like 2 or 3 years, 2 years I think after it actually came out. I got it off like a friend or something. I don't think I ordered it. I think I got it off of a friend. Superstars 1 I got much more recently through eBay and stuff like that because I never got it, so I wanted to, you know, get it and complete that collection. But Superstars 3 I bought in 1988 as a 11-year-old, buying this on the newsstand. This is my copy, which you can see why it's a little bit more beat up than the previous 2. But having said all that, we're going to do this like from the pages, where we're going to get right up close and we're going to look through the magazine. All right, guys, that's enough of an intro. Let's take a look. All right, guys, WWF presents Superstars 3, your official guide to the top WWF Superstars in the ring today. And of course, you've got World Heavyweight Champion Macho Man Randy Savage on the cover. This magazine is from 1988. And look at that right there. I got this on October 27th, 1988. This is the first Superstars that I bought on newsstands. Superstars 1 I got very recently, that I ordered off of eBay because I had never gotten it. Superstars 2, although it came out in 1987, I got it in 1989. I think I just bought it off a friend or traded with a friend or classmate or someone who just didn't want it anymore because I was a super duper wrestling fan and I wanted it. So I got it off of them in 1989, which I've showed you already previously. But this Superstars is the one I bought in 1988. All right, Hulk Hogan, even though Macho Man's the champ, Hulk Hogan's still the #1 superstar. There he is battling the one-man gang. And, of course, here he is at WrestleMania 4 doing the pose down, and he didn't even win his match. It was a, what was it, a double DQ? Double count out? Double DQ? Something like that. Him and Andre was a draw. But there he is. Here is Andre, and there looks like a little bit of Virgil. That, I think that's from the main event. I don't think that's WrestleMania 4. I think that's from the main event. Obviously, Virgil's there, but I think, yeah, when he waves bye-bye, and he's got Hogan's belt, or he's actually given it to DiBiase already. I think that's from the main event. And, of course, speaking of DiBiase, there is Hogan versus DiBiase. And then, of course, you've got World Wrestling Federation Champion Macho Man Randy Savage, #2. I mean, he's on the cover, and he was on the cover the previous year, so that's 2 covers in a row. So Hogan gets the first shot, you know, the first listing in here. But Macho Man's on the cover, and, of course, he's the champ. There he is on Superstars of Wrestling. Who's he going after? Virgil? I don't even know. All right. So, and of course, there he is at WrestleMania 4. And this looks to be WrestleMania 4 too. I think he took on the Natural Butch Reed at WrestleMania 4. And of course, this is him versus DiBiase. Not sure if that's WrestleMania 4. I'm trying to remember what. No, because this is WrestleMania 4 and he's got the orange trunks and there's, you know, Hogan and all that stuff. So this is another match because he's got like these purplish pink trunks on. All right, Jimmy, Mouth of the South Hart. There he is with the Intercontinental Champion, Honky Tonk Man, and the IC belt on an episode of Wrestling challenge. Speaking of Honky Tonk Man, here he is. I wonder if they're going to do it like the last issue, where they sort of have a manager and then they list all of that manager's guys. Let's see, what's the next one? Well, he had more than Honky Tonk Man at the time. All right, Bobby the Brain Heenan. There he is with Ravishing Rick Rude. And there he is in the ring. And then, of course, here he is just in his suit, pointing to his brain. But there is one of Bobby Heenan's guys, and that is Hercules. And another one of Bobby Heenan's guys, or a member of the Heenan family, and that is Andre the Giant. Who is that? Looks like he's taking on maybe Hacksaw Jim Duggan at the time. And here is Slick. He's got Nikolai Volkov with him. Who else did he have? He had, at this point, Barzukov, right? And he had One Man Gang. Still the One Man Gang. When did he become Akeem? I mean, what was it in 89? Because this obviously came out in fall of 88. I'm trying to remember when he became Akeem. You guys know? Let me know. Here's Mr. Fuji. And there he is with Demolition. And there is Demolition with the tag team titles that, of course, they won at WrestleMania 4 from Strikeforce, and they were still champs at the time this issue came out, which, again, was the fall of 88. Oh, the Rockers are here. They must have been brand new to the Federation at this point. Fall of 88, because they were not at WrestleMania 4. I believe their first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 5. So they might have debuted shortly after WrestleMania 4. I'm not entirely sure. All right, Jake the Snake Roberts, of course. There he is with Andre the Giant and Ravishing Rick Rude. And I don't know who that other guy is. Probably just a jobber on Saturday Morning Wrestling. The Big Boss Man. There he is with the Slickster. So he wasn't right after Slick. Oh, and of course, Elizabeth. Manager of the World Wrestling Federation champion at this time. She, of course, gets more than just the one page. This, I remember this Saturday night's main event so well. I recorded it. I still have it. In fact, I used to record all the Saturday night's main events back in 87. I actually started in 86 with the November 86 Saturday night's main event. Recorded that. Don't talk to me about the January 87 Saturday night's main event, because I was all set to record it and I fell asleep, so I don't even want to talk about that. And then from then on, then you had, a March 87? From that point on until they went off the air, I recorded every one. Again, that January 87 one was Hogan and Orndorff in the cage. I think my neighbor recorded it, so I was able to see it like within a day or two, but it still upsets me to this day. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. There he is, cutting and strutting. Coco Beware. There he is, taking on Bobby Heenan. And also looks like some jobber. Not entirely sure. The British Bulldogs. Still in the Federation at this time, but I don't think for much, much longer. Oh, Brother Love. Brother Love was already there in 88. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But he must have been relatively new in 88. Because I don't think he was there. He wasn't in the Federation before WrestleMania 4, right? So he probably... See, a lot of times WrestleMania was always like, especially at this point, WrestleMania was sort of the blow-off of all things. And then right after WrestleMania, like late spring, and then through the summer is when they would sort of introduce a lot of new people. Like that's, in 87, that's when like DiBiase got introduced. I always feel, and Outback Jack. I always feel like that right after WrestleMania, it's like, all right, now it's the new season of WWF. And they would start introducing a lot of guys. Maybe starting with vignettes first, and then eventually bringing them in. All right, George, the Animal Steel there with Mine. I always think that was just a ploy for Vince McMahon to get in the stuffed animal business. So they had him with Mine. Fabulous Rougeaus. All right, at this point, they are heels. I was looking at the last Superstars, and I think they were still baby faces, but here they are with the little American flags, and that's when they became heels, when they started saying they were all-American boys. All right, and the Junkyard Dog, there he is with Outlaw Ron Bass, and then also looks like a jobber, although it could be Barry O, who was a jobber, but I feel like those tights look like something he would wear, but I could be wrong. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. There he is with Andre. That's what I think. Andre like chokes him, and then he hits Andre with like the 2x4 or something. And that was a bit of a feud back then. The Rock, Don Morocco, the original Rock. Before Dwayne The Rock Johnson, there was The Rock Don Morocco. When he turned babyface, he ceased to be the Magnificent Morocco and became The Rock Don Morocco. Though I never understood why he couldn't stay the Magnificent Morocco. All right, the Outlaw, Ron Bass. I remember going to a... Oh, look, the magazine's coming apart. Well, it's an old magazine. I remember going to a really small WWF event in the late 80s. I'm not sure exactly what year it was. It was probably 88 sometime, maybe 89. It definitely wasn't 87. I think it was 88. Anyway, it was like at a high school gym. Most of the events I had been to were at the Nassau Coliseum, where the Islanders play, and it's a full 20,000 seat arena. That's where I saw most of the events. But I remember going to one at like a high school gym or like community center or something. It was tiny, and you could run up to like the entryway every time the wrestlers came, and you could pat them on the back as they went by. And anyway, Outlaw Ron Bass was there. I remember him, and we were real close. We were like 4th or 5th row because everyone was real close in that place. It was so small. Oh, look at this, the Ultimate Warrior. Now at this time, when this was released, at least, he was already the Intercontinental Champion, but they don't show him with it. I wonder if this was, it's October. They should have gotten it. But then again, October, it might have been put to bed by the end of August, and they just released it in October, and he wasn't yet the IC champ. Or at least it was all put together, and they didn't want to go back and change it. All right, the Hart Foundation. They were good guys at this point, 1988, obviously, with the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 4s when Bret turned, and he basically took the anvil with him. And they get a couple of extra pages. There he is. There's Bret, that is, against Tito. Obviously, probably in a tag team match, Harts versus Strikeforce. And then it looks like both of them versus the Killer Bees. Not sure if the Bees are each of them, Brian Blair and Brunzell, or if it's one of them. Anyway, good stuff. I love the Hart Foundation. Oh, the Bolsheviks. Here you go. After the Iron Sheik was asked to leave the WWF, they kept Nikolai in tag team by bringing in Boris Zukov and creating the Bolsheviks. And this magazine is falling apart a little bit. But again, it is mine from 1988. It's probably the roughest of the Superstars I had, because the ones I bought, I only bought Superstars 1 on eBay, so I made sure to get one that was in good shape. And then Superstars 2, I got in 89, and I got it from someone who had it in good shape, and I kept it in good shape. And then from Superstars 4 on, I started to get a little older and took a little bit better care of them. All right, here are the Young Stallions, Paul Roma and Jim Powers. And Ravishing Rick Rude, of course. The Master of the Rude Awakening. Dino Bravo. I thought it was going to be Frenchie Martin, but no, it's Dino Bravo. There he is in a tug of war with Ken Patera, and they're in a regular match with Ken Patera, and of course with his manager, Frenchie Martin. Greg the Hammer Valentine. There he is, taking on Brutus, the Barber Beefcake. And I'm not sure who that is in the other picture, but it looks like Jake the Snake. Oh, wait, I see Jake the Snake in the caption, so that probably is, because obviously that's Brutus, and it looks like Jake, and it does say Jake right here, so that's probably who that is. All right. Oh, there is Frenchie Martin. He gets his own page. Look at that. USA is not okay. What are you talking about? USA is the best. Of course, I don't know how many people are watching from other countries, but of course, I am from the United States of America, coming to you from New Jersey in the United States of America, beamed all around the world via YouTube. So, to me, USA is okay. All right, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. There he is with Virgil. I'm sure he gets more than a page. He was like the top heel at the time. Let's see, does he? Oh, yeah, he gets more than a page. Oh, look at him taking on Morocco on Saturday night's main event. Was that an actual Saturday night's main event match? I'd have to go back and look. because it could have always been a dark match that they had then, because obviously they didn't just do an hour and a half for the live audience, so obviously there were other matches, and but something tells me that it was. But if you look, Superstar Billy Graham, you can see he's there. He's in Morocco's corner, right there. You can barely see him. He's on the fold, but he is there. All right, Ted DiBiase. Who is next? Oh, Sensational Sherry, the women's champ. Was she the champ at this time? The picture shows that she is, but I'm not sure. It's either her or who followed her. Rockin' Robin, which probably was Sherry. Rockin' Robin didn't get it, I think, until a little bit later. There is King Haku, such an important member of the Heenan family at this time. Look, he's even got more than one page. That's who you know who WWF really was behind. If they got more than one page in this Superstars book, then they were important. Oh, the Powers of Pain. All right, this is fall of '88, so they are, and it came out, at least I got it in October. So they were still good guys, but they were about to be part of the double turn at Survivor Series 2, where they become the bad guys and Demolition becomes the good guys. I wonder if they had them going around the house shows and found out that Demolition was getting the better pops. So if they wanted them to feud, they had to change them around. And here is some more Powers of Pain. A nice 2-page spread of Warlord with a little insert of the Barbarian there. All right, Bad News Brown. He was a pretty big top guy at this time. He battled everyone. Macho Man, Hogan, everyone around this time. And we finish it off with Superstar Billy Graham. There you go. He had tried to come back, but I think he just couldn't physically handle it anymore. So then he sort of became Morocco's manager, and he also did some commentating. He was there at SummerSlam '88, the first SummerSlam. He was on commentary with Gorilla Monsoon, I think, right? Yeah. All right, WWF, what the world is watching. Superstars and Superstars 2 set the scene as the ultimate source of up-to-date information on all the happenings in the fast-paced world of the WWF. Now Superstars 3 continues that tradition with the feuds, the action, and all the latest news that will complete any wrestling fan's library. There you go. See, it's a little bit beat up the back. I probably had this at the bottom of my magazine stack for a long time. But there you go. That is Superstars 3, your official guide to the top WWF Superstars in the ring today. All right, guys, that is Superstars 3 here on Federation Nation. Again, I'd like to ask you guys, please subscribe to the channel. Please comment down below. Please share this video with anyone you think may like it as well. And go ahead and give this video a like. And definitely go on over to Facebook and join the Federation Nation Facebook group. I want to see your collectibles and your vintage WWF collections, whether it's magazines, Coliseum videos, LJNs, board games, t-shirts, whatever it is. I want to see it. All right. That's it for Superstars 3. We've done Superstars 1, Superstars 2, Superstars 3. We'll see Superstars 4 in the next weeks or months to come whenever I can fit it in there. Don't want to do them every week, but I definitely will get it in there at some point. All right, so Superstars 3 is in the books. That's it. So until next time, guys, have a good one.